Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Goddamn.
Phelps, 1247.
Hell.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, Detective, run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Kuttner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
I would have a hard time keeping up with that.
Clemens Walter. Previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew. Charged for contempt of court. Attempted murder. Plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Thanks. You've been a big help, young lady.
So we got 3 suspects now.
Your employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Rasick. Desperate times indeed.
Don't do that again.
Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do, but my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
How dare you?
Alright, so here's the lockers.
Here. Happy now?
I will be.
Stick around, Mr. Rasick.
Walter Clemens. What are we here?
Clemens is a fellow traveler.
Huh. Blah, 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 blah. Anarchy. Going down the line. Matthew Ryan. Whoa!
Some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine.
Blah, blah, blah.
Ryan wants the world to be a better place, don't we all?
Nothing else of importance in that locker. And finally, Varley's locker. What have we here?
The company went through thousands of these in the war. Still got eaten alive. Varley has a problem with bugs.
I have my suspicions.
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasick?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favorite choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice. Mind if I leave you to it? I got work waiting.
Fine, fine. Be an asshole.
3 birds. Clemens, Ryan, Varley. Where to, Phelps?
Let's... Wait a sec. Got a cutscene. Once it loads, that is. Uh-oh. Looks like the arsonist could be at it again. We need to hurry. Let's start by checking out Clemens.
You're behind the wheel.
All right. Where to?
I suppose it doesn't help that Biggs really isn't that talkative to begin with, so that's just why I'm probably missing a lot of these conversations with him.
Biggs, LAPD. We want some answers, and we want them quick.
Okay, okay. What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
Alright. Let's ask about Varley.
You know Reginald Varley?
No? Can't say I do.
Well, I can't believe that, because he's only another employee of yours.
Detroit PD is after Reginald Varley for murder. You want us to run you in for aiding and abetting, Clemens?
Whoa, 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 whoa. All I know about Varley is he gets kickbacks from some developer. Does their work first. Spreads it around if he can.
So let's ask about Ryan next.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
Oh, come on. He's not just an employee. He's a fellow employee. You really don't know him? I doubt that.
You and Ryan are fifth columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings?
No, we just have these pamphlets. I think you have to use Clemens' pamphlet. If you try to use Ryan's, it doesn't prove a thing.
We found a pamphlet in your locker, Clemens. We can add your name to the register. HUAC might want to interview you.
That shit was from Ryan. He's always pushing that shit on people. Drives me nuts. He's got it in for the company.
And let's ask about your employment.
You're licensed and work for InstaHeat?
I contract for them. So what?
You didn't answer the question.
InstaHeat hires arsonists, does it?
I've worked as a fitter all my life. Put everything I had into that house. And my fucking mudshark of a wife gets awarded it in settlement. She's blowing spics 2 at a time while I'm at work. And she gets the house. Yeah, I burnt it all right. Set fire to that fucker and watched it burn to the ground. I did my time and I'd do it again.
Sorry about the rouse, Clemens. You did the right thing.
What?
All right, Clemens. You're off the hook for the moment.
Can I get back to work now?
Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our guy.
Alright. That's one guy off the list.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
So let's go see.
And where exactly are we going?
We're gonna go see Ryan and see what he has to say.
Are you Matthew Ryan?
Who's asking?
Detective Phelps and Biggs, Arson Squad.
Arson.
You heard the man.
Let's just put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you.
Hold it, Ryan. I said,
Son of a bitch.
Oh, God damn it, really?
those are GI's backyards he's crashing through.
The damage is only cosmetic.
He's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van.
Alright, but you're gonna have to actually be able to aim. No, I went the wrong way.
He's in a company van and he's losing us, Cole. Some partner I got.
Shut up! Prick. Maybe you don't yell at me half the time. Maybe I could actually catch him. Fuck.
Those are GI's backyards he's crashing through.
The damage is only cosmetic.
He's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van.
No! Get out of my damn way, Gates.
He's going to kill those men.
They'll get out of the way.
Only if they hear him coming.
Close in, Phelps. We need to take Ryan down before he hurts somebody.
Working on it. Right. Do you think you can actually aim your gun?
We need to get closer.
Not again.
He's assault charge and he's running.
Running don't mean nothing. We gotta get this guy in a room before we can get an angle on him.
This man has got to be stopped.
No, 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 no. I'm not losing him again.
He's in a company van and he's losing us, Cole. Some partner I got.
Shut the hell up. He's right there. He's still in sight. We haven't lost him yet. Odds are he'll crash.
Jesus, what is he doing?
The tramp! Oh, jeez!
Whatever. He's come to a stop. After him. Stop getting stuck on everything, Cole. You are worthless.
Put your hands in the air! Why did you run, Ryan?
I was scared.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
If it isn't obvious, I really hate these car chases half the time. Just because you're expected on the first try to pretty much find your way through
So what are you
all this crap. Like, trust me, the thing is, you can't go fast and expect to not crash into stuff. And it doesn't help that your partner is the worst shot ever.
Farley's on the run. He might be packing heat. He's wanted for murder. I say we take the doubt out of the equation and let him have it.
You nervous?
It's been a while.
You were in combat.
In 1917. You know, I never fired my weapon in the line of duty.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I hope your piece is still serviceable, Herschel.
I may be old and out of practice, but I'm still a Marine, Phelps.
It would be better for our case if we could bring him in, Herschel.
Actually, I'm thinking back. Didn't he open fire during some of those street crimes? I cannot say I'm convinced that he's never shot his pistol before. So we have a contradiction right there.
LAPD, Varley! Stop or I'll shoot!
Oh, god damn it. Right, well, note that we do have our gun out, and he doesn't actually have a gun.
Come on, Varley! You can't keep running forever!
So, the fun thing is that we can actually use a warning shot on him, which I plan to do once we get through here. Just gotta wait for the right opening.
Run all the way from Michigan, Reginald?
There.
Stop or I will shoot!
So that's 2 successful warning shots. Hooray!
Why did you run from us, Varley?
I'm gonna take a wild guess that you're the same Reginald Farley the Detroit police have an outstanding warrant on. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you.
Reginald Varley, you're under arrest for committing a series of arsons. You're also under arrest for murder. Detroit PD will be putting in a request for your extradition. Until then, your distance.
Arson? You can't hang that rap on me.
Be quiet. Be thankful we don't shoot you.
Are all the cops in this town crazy?
Take him away, officer.
Alright.
We have 3 suspects.
You know the way.
As much as I'd like it to be Chapman, I think it's one of the other 2 guys. Let's get to the station and close this case.
Right, let's get to the station.
And now, national news from American Century Broadcasting.
Ugh. Sounds really low quality for American broadcasting. Actually, scratch that. That's pretty on par. Ha!
I was door knocking all morning, but I got a make on the car in the end.
I have 2 suspects.
Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
Right, so we have 2 suspects.
Remember
and
that
we have
dead
to
lady
charge
they
one
found
or the
in
other.
train? That guy, Phelps.
So,
The case. Book some barfly for it.
so interview 1, we have Ryan in there. Interview room 2, wherever that was.
In there and find the goddamn evidence.
Which is this way.
When is America gonna understand?
Right here, in fact. This is where Varley is. We want to start with Varley in room 2.
We have Matthew Ryan in custody, Varley. I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Okay. Let's ask about your work at the Sawyer residence.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm flat out on new installations.
No, that's not true at all.
Why are you lying to me, Varley? If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not? How can you prove that I was?
Well, you were nice enough to leave your name on the heater.
Your name is on the inside door of their water heater.
Okay. You got me there. Suburban, yeah, they wanted that guy out. Sawyer kept complaining about not being able to get his heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweetener. I think you played him, though. Because he still wouldn't sell.
I see. What about the redevelopment fund?
Word is, you're in the pocket of some property developer?
Never. I got principles.
I don't know about that.
How did Suburban put the squeeze on you? Did they find out about your record?
There's no way you can link me to Suburban. You're wasting your time.
But we got Walter Clement's statement at the far bottom here that he was offered kickbacks.
Clement says you offered to cut him in on the kickbacks they were offering. I'll testify in court.
Suburban, they got real-time pressure on getting some of the big developments finished. There's some big date that they can't afford to miss. So yeah, I took their money. But so did a lot of guys, all right? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers. It's no big conspiracy.
I don't know. We'll see about that. What about the Insta-Heat Model 70?
What would reversing the diaphragm of an Insta-Heat Model 70 do?
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. You out of your mind?
I have a feeling that you're lying.
I don't believe you, Varley. I think Suburban wants homeowners who don't want to sell out of the way.
I think you're out of your mind. Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire, huh?
Well, we do have those mosquito coils. Those are pretty damning.
Arsonists use cigarettes and mosquito coils as time delay fuses. We found an open box of mosquito coils in your locker.
Whoa, hang on! Those things, they belong to Ryan, all right? He asked me to hold them because his locker's full of stupid pamphlets. I thought he used them for camping.
Well, now we could charge him, or we could leave to talk to Ryan. We should talk to Ryan first.
We're done for now.
So what happens?
You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 40.
So now let's go see what Ryan had to say.
Save yourself some time and get this thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
Alright. How about we talk about anarchism?
So you want to change the world, Ryan?
Yes, I do. So does every reasonable person.
And you're doing your part?
Yes, I am.
Does that include sabotaging water heaters to destroy a company?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a lie.
This is industrial sabotage, Ryan. It's all part of your campaign.
You delusional detective. What campaign?
Why, the very campaign that is described in your wonderfully blah 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 anarchist pamphlets.
Your locker is full of pamphlets. Clemens told us how you were always foisting them on people.
Sure. I spread the pamphlets. A guy has to do something. Insta-heat heaters break down every day. They're still peddling the same lousy design that they lifted from Hephaestus.
Insta-heat bought out Hephaestus?
Them, Vulcan, Pyro, and a bunch of other companies.
And you still work for them?
A guy has to work.
And the directors of the company. How do you feel about them these days?
You work it out.
Not too pleased, I'm gonna estimate.
You know how to reverse a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater?
No, I don't.
That is a lie if I've ever heard one.
If you know enough to do your job, you know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
And how do you think you can prove that?
Well, we have Ivan's statement. He's a pressure regulator tampering.
Your boss at InstaHeat said that you've all been trained to do it. It's a common repair. Are you calling him a liar?
Okay, so I know how it's done. But what would be the point? You just end up with a gas leak and then a small fire when you turn the pilot back on.
And if you didn't reset the pilot and the gas spread, what was the cause of the fire in your own home, Ryan?
I won't tell you.
Alright, let's ask about the redevelopment fund now.
What can you tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nothing.
I don't know, you're glancing around a lot. I have a feeling you do have something.
I think Suburban is a front for your anarchist buddies. They're arranging for people to be out of town while you burn their houses down.
Suburban? What's that got to do with me? That's Farley's bilk. He's the one with the cozy agreement with those fascists.
Huh. What about this attempted murder charge?
You have a history of violence.
I have no such thing.
I doubt that. We could say lie, but I don't think we actually have any evidence to say otherwise, except his criminal record, and that doesn't actually work. So we'll just doubt him.
You were charged with attempted murder, Ryan.
It was a court case. No criminal liability was the verdict. They said that they couldn't have known that the faulty heater installation would cause a fire. All I know is I lost my whole family. And the company that was responsible got away with it. What would you do?
Which company?
Hephaestus Water Heater Company.
Right. Well, we've done all we can now for this case. All we can do now is either charge Ryan or Varley with arson and murder. Now, at this point, you could just choose either one. But if you want the best score for the case, you have to choose Ryan.
Matthew Ryan, I'm charging you with committing a series of arsons and for the murders of Hank Sawyer, Edwina Sawyer, Henry Sawyer, and Jessica Sawyer.
You're putting an innocent man away here. Do you hear me? I didn't set any fires. I didn't kill that family.
Phelps, what you did to your wife and kids was un-American.
My wife threw me out.
Did I ask for your opinion? You're here to listen to mine. What I was going to say, before I was interrupted, was you did a good job on the Stephen Sawyer case. We don't often get results in arson, so well done.
What about me? Do I get a little stamp on my hand or a lollipop or something?
What you get is another case. A bad one, unfortunately.
Oh. That can't be good. Another case? Well, there you go. Found all the clues, all the questions. Ryan will face the grand jury with 4 murder charges, while Varley is getting I don't know what the word was anymore, but he's getting sent to Detroit. So there you go. Alright, so that's it for the Gas Man. Now we get to move on to the next case.
You're 2 blocks behind 1st and 2nd.
We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We have a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
Huh. Well, that was an interesting flashback, if not slightly pointless from my point of view. I don't know. It's more of the story, I guess, and that's always welcome. A walk in Elysian Fields. What, are we in God of War all of a sudden? A paper crane? Okay, so apparently someone believes in the story of the 1,000 paper cranes. I wonder what his wish is going to be.
House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Okay. And just like that, we're thrown into our next case. But that will have to wait until next time on Let's Play L.A. Noire. This is Solomon, signing off. Have a good day.
Ashamed of yourself, young man.